Good morning. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning, Sunday, July 14th, middle of July right now. So I just pulled up in town to this little church here. I'm going to walk around this kind of neighborhood. It's right in the middle of town. But today it's supposed to be really hot, like getting up into the 90s. So that's why I wanted to get out here early and try and get some of this morning light. So I'm going to see what I can do around here. I don't really know what to expect, to be honest. I don't really have a lot of expectations. I did see a pretty cool like vintage car back there, so I might go check that out. But yeah, just kind of going to walk around, see what I can see, get some house shots, some street shots, that kind of things, just some street photography for you guys. And then I think I'm going to come back out later this evening around golden hour, blue hour, hopefully. Yesterday was all rainy, so yeah, that's kind of the plan for today. So let's get it. This is where we're starting, guys. It's kind of a nice little church here. Sunday morning, so people are rolling in. I did get a shot of this house right here. The sun is hitting it really nice. So right in there, just got a vertical shot. See the trees. The morning light is coming out. It's actually pretty crazy. So the sun comes up at like 5:30 in the morning. It's just so early. I don't usually get up that early, but I was up at like 7. So it's about 8 o'clock right now. And yeah, just gonna kind of look for some cool lighting effects around the neighborhood here. Like you can kind of see here against the house, that kind of golden light, that morning light. It's pretty nice. So see the top of the church there. Shot here. This little house. Went landscape with it, just like this. Nice old growth trees, super old trees back here. But yeah, this is what I'm talking about, that morning light coming through nice and low, hitting these houses. A lot of times, so you kind of got to figure out what side of the, sidewalk you want to walk on. So the sun is coming from over here, so I'm walking on this side of the sidewalk and looking this way. There's an alley. That's actually kind of cool. I also like checking out alleys, going down them. There's always something interesting usually. But yeah, so figuring out what side of the walk you want to walk on is important too, depending on which side the sun is coming from. It helps. So yeah, I'm planning on walking down here pretty far, going to this old car, vintage car I saw. It's probably like 8 or 10 blocks. But we'll check it out. Nice landscape shot here, guys. This is focusing on this house right here. So there's an alley here. So this sunlight is coming through this alley and hitting this house. That's why it's so lit up right now. But really good morning light hitting that right now. So went landscape, and I'm going super underexposed to really bring out the shadows and make the highlights stand out a lot. So it's kind of what I'm working with. But I like this one a lot, actually. It's just a nice scene. I think I'm getting close to this car that I was looking at when I drove here. It's down one of these roads. So we'll just keep going until I see it. Yeah, it's down one of these roads. Beautiful morning though, beautiful morning. One thing about doing photo shoots in the morning, well, pretty early in the morning, and then also in the evening, well, not so much in the evening, but especially in the morning, is no one is awake yet. And there's very little chance you're gonna bother anyone with your photos. So it's peaceful. No one's out and about yet. People are still waking up, and it's Sunday, so what can you expect? This is kind of cool. This house on the corner here. I'm looking at that right now. Through the trees, that looks pretty sweet. Definitely gonna take a shot of that. Just gonna find the right angle here. Something through there. I think this car is like right down there too. So we'll check it out. So there's a shot I ended up taking for this, guys. I'm kind of kneeled down a little bit, but really wanted to capture this kind of tree, these trees. Just, they make a nice composition around the house here. So, but yep. And it's kind of, that house has like, it's got this orange pastel kind of siding. Makes it look a little bit, stand out a bit. But more importantly, the car I was looking at is right up here. So we're gonna check this out. Yeah, this thing is pretty cool. Hopefully it's got a nice backdrop. We can post up and snag it quick. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's right there. Yeah, this is sweet, man. Wow. Look at that thing. Holy cow. That is awesome. Wow. Beautiful. That is so cool. So I'm gonna walk around this a little bit, try and find a good angle, snag some shots. I'll video again once I see the best one. All right, so I just took a bunch of pictures around this car. I think so. This is called the Continental 3. I think it's called Continental 3. I think this side, so I started over here on that side of the sidewalk, but I think this side is better because basically you can see the sunlight coming in through the windshield here. And yeah, so I was going vertical right about in here, kind of just a vertical shot of the front hood. And yeah, I really like the light kind of going in through the windshield where you can see the red trim on the interior there. Looks really nice. So I kind of got down low here, and I was just going vertical front of the hood, kind of through the windshield. But looks really cool, man. I love finding these super old cars. So, and yeah, I took a couple from this side too, just right in here, kind of vertical, same idea. I really like the front. These lights just look crazy. So, but I've spent a lot of time here, so I'm gonna bounce. Here's the whole profile. Yeah, that thing looks nuts, dude. Something straight out of a movie. Wow. Yeah, I didn't get any from the backside here just because of the sun. You know, I'm shooting into the sun then. So, but pretty wild. Pretty wild looking car. That is definitely the highlight of this photo shoot this morning. Holy cow. Yeah, I saw that. Just driving along this road here, going to the church, and I look down this way and I see that beauty of a vehicle sitting right there. So that is definitely awesome. I feel so like accomplished when I get shots like that. I mean, there are a decent number of vintage cars in this town. A lot of collectors, old folks that have money to spend and upkeep their vehicles. So there's honestly a good number of vintage cars around here, but you don't see them too often, especially parked on the side of the road like that. It's kind of rare. So let me flip the camera. So yeah, that was definitely a highlight of the shoot right there, guys. Like I said, when I saw that driving to the church, I was like, I gotta come back this way and shoot that. So, but I gotta go to the bathroom right now. I was kind of just gonna go until I had to pee really bad, which I'm getting there. So I might, this honestly looks a little cool right here. These houses here. I might snag a few photos down this way, and then start heading back. So, storm damage. Tree's losing its limbs. Yeah, we've been having some crazy storms lately. Lots of thunderstorms, lots of rain. It's been a very wet beginning of summer, I'll say that. Alright guys, so I am headed back now. I cannot hold my pee any longer. I gotta go to the bathroom. So I've reached my breaking point. It's usually how these go, but it's about 8:50, so about an hour. Pretty good for a morning shoot. And yeah, I mean, I wasn't too prepared. Just drinking coffee right before this, so you know how that goes. But overall, got some pretty good shots, man. Just coming up to that little car there, that vintage car. So pretty happy about it. And it's always good to get out right away in the morning, I feel like. Get some shoots in, sets the day up real nice, and gets me ready for the photo shoot later this evening. Nice and warmed up now, ready to go. So But I got a little ways to walk. If I see anything on the way, I might grab it. But yeah, I gotta go to the bathroom pretty bad, so we'll just truck it back. So I'll see you guys back there. Okay, made it back, guys. And holy cow, I can barely focus. I gotta go to the bathroom so bad. I'm glad I turned around when I did, because I cannot hold this much longer. That's usually how these photo shoots go, though. It's usually held up by me having to stop and use the bathroom. So, but that'll do it for this morning shoot, guys. Went pretty good, honestly. That vintage car was definitely the highlight for sure. I'm glad I saw that while I was driving out here. So, yeah, I got some good ones of the houses along the way, just in town, street photography stuff. As you guys know, I like to do. I do wish there was a little bit more cloud cover going on. I've talked about that before, but it always makes the shots, the photos, a little bit more interesting when there's, some sort of cloud cover. But, just working with what we got, man. And it's a beautiful morning. So it's about 80 degrees, 9 a.m. right now. And for Wisconsin, that's pretty hot. Anytime it's like 80 degrees or above before 9 a.m., that's hot. That is hot. And we get humid heat. So all this rain and stuff in the air, it just makes it really humid. But no worries. We're still out getting it done. So I'm gonna go run some errands today and just do some other stuff while the major heat wave is taking place during the middle part of the day in the afternoon. So usually when it gets that hot, upper 90s or mid 90s, even low 90s, usually I just try and avoid going out too much in that heat. So I am planning on coming back out for the evening, I wanted to do that yesterday, but it was a thunderstorm rolled in, so couldn't do it. But this evening, Sunday evening, probably maybe 6-7 o'clock, head out again. So that's kind of the plan for today, so we can just cut right to that after this. But hope you guys enjoyed this little morning shoot. I gotta run, hit the bathroom, so I'll see you guys later. Okay, welcome back, everybody. We are going to review these photos from that morning shoot. I know it was quick, but yeah, I didn't actually end up going out a second time that day. I was just like so tired, and yeah, it was that weekend was super hot, so didn't actually end up going out. So it's just a morning shoot, so relatively quick. It was only about an hour or so, and then I had to go to the bathroom. But yeah, so we're just going to review the photos. I did end up editing one so far. So I'll show you guys that. But honestly, some pretty good ones out of that little morning walk. I haven't done that in quite a while. Honestly, it's it's a little difficult in the summertime, especially to do I guess in general, it's a little bit difficult to do morning shoots because, you have to be up at the crack of dawn, have all your gear ready. Can't really make any excuses, but you just got to be ready to go. And in the summertime, the sun is up at like 5:30 in the morning, and I usually don't get up that early. So yeah, I ended up going out around 7:30, 8 o'clock. And at that time, it's a couple hours after sunrise, and you're still getting a lot of, as you guys saw, you're still getting a lot of cool kind of morning light. The sun is still kind of low in the sky, so it makes for some interesting light, and you can kind of work with shadows and stuff a little bit differently. Yeah, I've been trying to go out either in the morning or in the evenings, especially in the summertime, because midday, you're just getting, the sun is just high in the sky, you're getting blasted with light, everything is everything is just kind of overexposed, you know, because it's so bright out. So yeah, I've been trying to plan my photo shoots kind of around more so like the evening hours. But then again, you know, sun doesn't set until 8:30 at night, so you also have to kind of plan for that a little differently as well. You know, uh, have dinner and then yeah, I've been trying to like eat something, have dinner, and then go out after I eat. It can be a little tricky though. So yeah, that shoot was pretty fun. I just had to go to the bathroom at the end, so didn't really didn't really get to like push it and go like super long with it, but still got some super cool photos, especially that car at the end there. That was awesome. So let's just get right into it here. So we'll hop onto my screen. And yeah, so that was the first photo shoot of July, actually, or was it? Yeah, it was. First photo shoot that I've done in July, I guess. Um, First like official one. But yeah, rolling through mid July now. But honestly, yeah, summer's going super quick. And again, I'm just dealing with a bunch of moving stuff. So moving into the new place August 1st. So that's coming up here in a couple weeks. But yeah, we'll just start at the beginning here. I'll show you guys right off the bat the evening houses here. So I thought this was kind of a cool setting, you know, and this is, evening. When did I shoot that? Oh, I didn't record. Okay, yeah, so I didn't record. I think I showed this in the last episode, but I didn't record field footage for that photo shoot. I just went out really quick and did this photo shoot, but got some cool shots out of it. I can just run through these as well. Let me just make sure I'm sorting this correctly. Date created. Okay. So these ones are. Where does my morning shoot? Here. So this is where. Okay, so that's where that starts. So we'll run through this other photo shoot I did. Again, I did not record. This was it, right? Or am I tripping? Yeah, this is it. Okay. Yeah, so this was, let me get the date. Sorry, I kind of forgot about this. July 7th. Okay, so July 7th, so the weekend or week before the footage that you guys just saw. So this is the week prior to that. So yeah, I didn't record this, kind of just went out. It was pretty random, so yeah, as you guys can see, I just honestly just took off right in the alley here, right from the house, and kind of just wanted to see if I could see some photo opportunities. So I honestly like these couple first. This one here is kind of nice. You get the nice brick siding of this house, and I really like these vines growing up the side of the house here. That looks kind of cool. Obviously, I was kind of trying to work the bluff in here in the background, as you can see in these photos. So trying to just work with the background landscape, trying to get that in there as much as I can. And then, yeah, just kind of walking through the neighborhood here, looking at houses. And this was in the evening. I think it was about 6 or 7 o'clock. And a storm was actually rolling in. So as we roll through these photos here, you guys will start to see the sky really darken up. And check out that car right there. That's pretty sweet, man. So I'm going to work with one of these photos in here. Obviously, do some cropping. This was honestly a really cool kind of scene. Literally, these are like almost the same color. This Ford truck here, I don't even know what kind of car this is, but this like emerald green, like they're basically the same color. It looks pretty crazy. But I just saw that on the side of the road and on the side of the street, and I was like, holy cow, That looks awesome. I should have spent more time at this location, honestly. I should have took more photos around these cars. But it was just yeah, it was just quick. So, and then boom, yeah. So you guys see right away there, the clouds coming in on the horizon there, just the storm clouds coming in. Obviously, I was focusing on that. That honestly looks crazy. This was so these clouds are like they were way up in the atmosphere, in the atmosphere, the sky, I guess. It was honestly like it was looking through like a hole in the sky. And honestly, I don't know. That shot honestly turned out kind of cool like that. If I did some cropping and obviously messed around with the curves, the exposure curves and stuff, that could turn out pretty cool. Yeah, the sky just started to look pretty crazy. Then these shots were also pretty nuts as well. This vertical shot here, this house. I like too as well these wires, these telephone wires, kind of coming into the shot here, and this little bird hanging out. That's kind of a cool little piece. And then here, so I was really looking. So you guys can see. So I'm really looking for like these pockets of light, these pockets of sunlight that come through, and like hit the siding of houses, or I just always try and focus on like that kind of thing, like these pockets of sunlight that come through. Like here, this is a perfect example. I really like this shot, how this shot turned out. Went super dark exposure, looking down this alley, and the sunlight was just coming right through and hitting the side of this house. And I mean, as you guys can see, the contrast in terms of darks and lights, insane. So this is when this shoot honestly started to heat up, and I kind of wish I did some field footage for this one, but I was just kind of winging it. Was not expecting these storm clouds to roll in at all, but this shot was really cool, man. So yeah, got a good one with that. And then so here's the evening houses. I'll just roll through these. This is one of the shots I've gotten edited so far. But again, with those storm clouds rolling in and the sun still kind of setting, it just made for like this super dope lighting. Almost like very dulled down lighting, but you're still getting a ton of highlights in the shadows. Especially, like, I was going really dark exposure, like underexposing these photos, and I was still picking up like the highlights here. And obviously this shot is just crazy as well. Of the so we got these old like castle looking houses with these turrets on them. These are like really old, and there's like college kids that live in these, 7, 8 kids, 6 kids in a house. And so there's 2 of them side by side. Those turned out pretty sweet as well. All of these, I mean, honestly, all of these turned out really good, I think. And then this was just looking into an alley. I was trying to work with this a bit, but then coming up here, you guys will see. Look at this. I think this is a really cool shot. You guys can't really see it. I'm gonna brighten up this foreground here. But there's just like a couple houses here, and a car. Obviously, I was going super dark exposure, but all these telephone wires, man, and the little bird hanging out there on top, I just thought that was so cool. It was so cool looking. One of these has good focus. I know it. I know it doesn't look like it has the best of focus, but one of these probably has good focus. There we go. There's some good exposure, so you guys can kind of see that a little bit better. Look at that. That's crazy, dude. Like, these are the types of shots I live for, honestly. Just like stuff you don't really expect. Stuff you're not really paying attention to that much. But it just turns out like that. And then I think that this was just a random day in the last couple weeks. Just a rainbow appeared.
obviously we've been having tons of rainstorms and such. And this rainbow appeared just outside the house here. I just went out in the back alley, started taking some photos of it. Didn't turn out like too crazy. One of these I can definitely edit up though, like probably this one. One of those. Just looks cool with the house in there as well. So it's always a treat when you get to take a photo of a rainbow. I feel like it's pretty unique. Okay, so that was the other shoot. I don't know why I'm using my trackpad. I should be using my mouse. Let me show you real quick. What are we at here? 13 minutes. All right. Let me show you real quick the evening houses. So, unedited photo here. Final edit. So you guys can see, obviously, brought up the highlights a lot. Kept the shadows as dark as I could. Tried to overexpose a little bit the bluff here in the background. So, but just good composition. I like, I'm always looking for kind of the halo of like trees and leaves and stuff like that. So, or the vignette, I should say. That's what it's called. Okay, so getting into the actual photo shoot that you guys just saw. We'll start at the beginning here. I have not edited any of these photos. I will get around to it eventually. I actually have a decent stockpile of photos to get through now. So, this was. Jeez, there's a hair. This was right after the church. Right after we pulled up at the church. This house here. So again, same principles. Just in the morning, again looking for these pockets of light that come through when the sun is relatively low in the sky. So that was just hitting this house nice, and I just decided to take a picture of it. Not the craziest photo, but with some editing that could turn out pretty nice. Just looking down the sidewalk here. Again, this was right at the start of the shoot, so I was still warming up a little bit, kind of just getting my bearings, figuring out what exposure I wanted to take photos with or on. This was probably the first pretty good shot that I saw here. I honestly got quite a bit of good landscape shots in this photo shoot. Again, sun coming in from looking down this street. This is coming in from it's coming in from the west. I guess sunlight is coming. It's going west, hitting these houses. Yeah, this shot turned out pretty good. Get the nice kind of depth. Yeah, this photo has good depth to it. Just kind of looking down the street there. Yellow house, real quick there. Not the craziest image, but I don't think I even did a recording for that. This was a cool stop. I think I went landscape. I was going landscape for this shot. And again, so the shadow of this tree here, that's what I was really kind of looking at. And then the contrasting, really bright, highlighted siding of the house. And I explained kind of in the field footage that this was an alley here. You can see the alley sign. So with this being an alley right here, there's nothing to block the sunlight coming through and hitting this house. So that's kind of the fundamentals behind the shot. And that's what makes it, really bright and lighten up. And then it's just about essentially framing it up, getting, I wanted these trees kind of making the frame around it, that shadowy frame. And yeah, it turned out really nice, actually, I think. Again, I really enjoy these like residential suburb shots, and a lot of these photos, they just speak like Midwest to me, like these Midwest homes, because it's just kind of like classic what you just like see um, in the Midwest, I guess. Lots of trees, lots of nature mixed in with like these single family homes and stuff. So, and then yeah, another good photo with depth here, looking down the street, obviously focusing on these houses, and same kind of principles here, working with the framing of the trees. And again, as I've been saying throughout this whole editing or photo review section of the video, like the morning light, the evening light, those hours of the days, you get really nice shadows, really good highlights, and you're seeing that in these photos here. I'm able to. I think I was So I'm shooting like underexposed, so darker, but just a tad, nothing crazy, because I already essentially know that these houses are going to be lit up from the sun coming in and hitting them, and so I can go a little bit darker, and that makes the shadows and the trees kind of darker and more bold. Oh yeah, this guy, he was running by here. I caught a runner in one of these, so yeah, I could throw that in one of those photos. It's always neat when you get someone kind of rolling through the frame. All right, here we go. So yeah, obviously this was the highlight of the entire shoot. I'm just gonna roll through all these photos. I honestly haven't even looked at these real closely. Man, that is so cool. I could have had better focus on that. Wow, Continental. Yeah. So obviously I saw this kind of just driving down, headed towards the church where I was going to start this photo shoot, and I was like, man, I'm walking back that way. I want to pull up on this. So essentially just worked both angles, both sides of the car here, and focused on obviously the front, the hood. And I was essentially trying to get a good background. I was trying to figure out, okay, what's going to look best in the background here. And so I was just trying to get a house, framed up, visible, and obviously working with the trees as well. But man, all these shots are they're crisp. They're crisp, dude. That lighting, that sunlight really makes it. I'll tell you what. And then, so I go to the other side here. I spent quite a bit of time, probably like 10, 15 minutes, taking pictures. Again, this was early in the morning. Nobody was out. Nobody bothered me. No, I assume everybody was pretty much still sleeping probably at this point in the day. One of these shots is going to be I actually went landscape there, but went right back to vertical because I thought that a vertical or a portrait style photo would be best in this. Jeez, dude, look at that! Look at that focus. Wow. So you see how that blurs? Like it's focused so good on the front here, and then just blurs off right away. That's so cool. Man. Honestly, this is these are some of the best shots I've taken in quite a while. Obviously, it's just the subject matter. I mean, I didn't really have to do much for these shots. It's just mainly about because the subject, the vehicle is so beautiful. It's so gorgeous. I don't have to do much. I just have to essentially frame it up correctly. And again, you see how I'm trying to frame the house in the back. I'm trying to frame that up nice, make sure the tree isn't like overlapping it too much. So I'm trying to make everything look, have it all flow within the image, have it all look purposeful, I guess. Yeah, even these shots are just so crazy, dude. So that's focused on like the windshield there. Yeah, as you can see. So yeah, spent a good amount of time just hanging around here because I knew all of these were going to turn out really well. Then went some landscape with it, but I think that was probably it. These are also nice. You can see I stood up. I was kind of squatting down a little bit for those previous ones, and then I stood up, and I was like, oh, I can see more of the interior here, doing kind of on this angle, a little bit more stood up. So got the interior there, and again, the sun was just perfect. And then I believe this was the last kind of scene here, similar to the one right at the beginning. Just looking down the street, the house is lined up on the side there, and yeah. So that was the photo shoot. Obviously, those cars, or that car, that Continental, is the highlight. So that was pretty much it, guys. What am I at? 23 minutes. All right, we're gonna wrap it up. We'll hop off the screen. But yeah, so boom, there you go. Two photo shoot reviews. Yeah, I didn't record that other one. Didn't do any field footage for it, but it was good. We got to at least review those photos, and I'm excited to do some editing on that. Obviously, I'm gonna have to go through and really pick out which one of those car photos is going to be, or which couple of them are going to be the best, or the ones I'm going to have to edit. It always takes a while to review and like figure out, okay, this is the best photo out of all of these, because you guys saw there, that's like 50 or 60 photos, so that takes a while. But yeah, that'll pretty much do it. Definitely had fun with these, and yeah, so I'm gonna try and get out this weekend as well and do some evening shoots. We're just gonna keep on pushing, man. Keep on pushing, and I'm thinking about fall already. Fall is, man, it's gonna be here before you know it. I mean, we're sitting at mid-July right now. Once I know, last year I started the August season, or not August season. I started the fall season in August, like the second week of August. And that was right when I just started making videos. So we'll probably start it in September this time around. But yeah, this is only the fourth. Again, I've been dealing with all this moving stuff, so this is only the fourth episode of summer. I can't really predict how many more there'll be, but yeah, fall is right around the corner, man, and it comes quick in Wisconsin. So, but that's pretty much it for me, guys. That's all I gotta say. So yeah, stay getting outside and doing your hikes and enjoying the summer weather, getting your suntan on, going to the beach and all that, doing whatever, doing fun stuff, getting outside. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for me, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.